Victor Frankenstein was a student at the University of Ingolstadt in Germany. He loved to study about alchemy and chemistry, and he also loved to study about human anatomy and decadence of human bodies. His goal of studying was to cure any diseases and bring immortality to human beings. One day, he got the idea of creating a creature by composing multiple corpses of humans together. Thus, he has spent a lot of time researching and experimenting to make a creature from lifeless corpse. Finally, with the power of electricity and his luck, he managed to succeed his goal. He made the most dreadful monster which has supernatural strength and durability compared to human. People call this dreadful creature the Frankenstein's monster.
Frankenstein's monster was a monster created from many different human corpses by Dr. Victor Frankenstein. According to the novel, it had a yellow complexion with brown hair and brown eyes. From the novel and other Hollywood adaptations, we can see the immense physical stature of this monster. It was over 8 feet in height, as well as over 325 pounds, making it much bigger than any human being on the earth at that point in time. With being such a large monster, it had superhuman stamina as well as superhuman strength. It could also withstand intense coldness for long periods of time. It had 2 more strengths too. It had resistance to pain, and it could heal itself after injury quite rapidly. It did have one weakness though, and that was flame.
After the Frankenstein was published, it provokes an idea of bringing the dead back to life. There were many experiments that respond to the making of the monster. If someone could finally create what Dr. Richter did, the society would be totally different from the one we are living in. In the future, with more advanced technology, we might accomplish that someday.
But there are going to be a lot of questions that need to be answered from the society. For example, is it morally acceptable to create this monster? And since it's made of people's corpses, and it somehow kind of looks like us, do we consider it as a human being or even a living thing? And since it had its own mind and life just like we do, does that mean that it deserves human right? And what would the society's attitude be toward this creature? You know, when it's not one of them, when they see one walking among them, what are they going to do? Well, I'm going to freak out for sure. And if you were this monster, if you were this Frankenstein's monster, what would you do? What do you expect people to treat you? I mean, when you're not one of them, you're extremely different from them. You're a walking dead, you know. Well, if you want to know the responses from the people, let's check it out then.
รู้จักครับเรื่องนี้ผมชอบตั้งแต่เด็กๆแล้ว
รู้จักค่ะ
อะไรนะครับแฟรงเกนสไตน์ครับคือเหี้ยอะไรครับ
สำหรับพี่คิดว่ามันฝืนธรรมชาติอะค่ะเพราะว่ามันเป็นเหมือนศพที่แบบตายไปแล้วถ้าเกิดตายไปแล้วมันก็ควรจะแบบปล่อยไปตามเวรตามกรรมของมัน
ผมคิดว่าไม่ถูกต้องครับเพราะว่ามันไม่ควรจะมีอยู่ในโลก
ได้หมดครับ
ควรต้องได้รับการยอมรับนะครับเพราะว่ามันก็เป็นสิ่งมีชีวิตที่มีชีวิตจิตใจเหมือนกันครับถึงจะอัปลักษณ์ไปไหนก็ตาม
ถ้าสมมติว่าเกิดมาแล้วมีชีวิตจิตใจเนี่ยผมก็ถือว่าเป็นคนเพราะว่าทุกคนก็มีความรู้สึกครับ
ผมว่ามันไม่สมควรนะครับเพราะว่ามันไม่จัดเป็นคนมันเป็นศพกลายเป็นคน
คือจริงๆมันผิดธรรมชาติก็จริงแต่ว่าการที่เขาถูกแบบมอบความเป็นคนให้แล้วอ่ะเขาควรที่จะได้รับมันค่ะ
ก็คืออย่างที่บอกไปตอนแรกนะครับว่ามันมีชีวิตจิตใจเพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยมันก็ควรจะได้รับสิทธิมนุษยชนเหมือนคนทั่วไปครับ
ควรได้รับครับ
ก็คือถ้าเขาเป็นคนเขาก็ควรจะได้สิทธิเหมือนคนปกติครับ
คือตอนแรกเนี่ยคนก็อาจจะยังไม่ชินไงเพราะว่าเป็นสิ่งใหม่แต่ว่าพอไปเรื่อยๆเนี่ยถ้าสมมติว่าคนยอมรับมากขึ้นมันก็อาจจะอยู่ได้
ผมคิดว่าน่าจะเอาไปเก็บในพิพิธภัณฑ์นะครับ ไม่น่าออกมาเดินเล่นตามสถานที่ต่างๆ
ตามธรรมชาติแล้วคนต่อต้านอะไรที่มันประหลาดค่ะแล้วคือการที่ว่ามันเป็นศพแล้วกลายเป็นคนมันก็คือมีความประหลาดของมันอยู่แล้ว คนย่อมมีการต่อต้านเป็นธรรมดาถ้าเราเป็นแฟรงเกนสไตน์เหรอแล้วก็คือต่างทุกคนอะอยากได้รับความเท่าเทียมอยู่แล้วล่ะก็เลยถ้าเกิดเป็นแฟรงเกนสไตน์นะก็ขอเป็นเสียงหนึ่งที่ขอให้ทุกคนปฏิบัติต่อเราละกันไหนๆคุณก็แบบทำให้ฉันแบบชุบชีวิตฉันขึ้นมาเป็นคนแล้วอะไรอย่างนี้
ถ้าผมเป็นแฟรงเกนสไตน์นะครับผมก็อยากให้ทุกคนรักและเอ็นดูผมเหมือนผมเป็นคนคนหนึ่งครับผม
ถ้าผมก็อยากให้แบบคนเห็นใจว่าเราก็เคยเป็นคนมาก่อนเป็นศพก็แบบอาจจะให้ข้าวให้น้ำกินอย่างเงี้ยครับไม่จำเป็นต้องดูแลอะไรดี แค่ให้มีที่ยืนในสังคมก็พอในพิพิธภัณฑ์ก็ได้
Well, after we are done with the interview, most of the people said that the Frankenstein monster was not a human but should be treated as one. According to the Declaration of Human Rights, all human beings are born free and equal to all the rights and dignity. Everyone is entitled to the rights and freedom set forth without any distinction of any kind, such as race, sex, color, nationalities, political belief, or other status. So we can conclude that the Frankenstein monster was not a human but just a creature. But in the term of the Declaration of Human Rights, we people should overlook the differences and treat others equally. Therefore, the monster should be considered as one of the society member and given all the rights and freedom.
Although the Frankenstein's monster might not be recognized as a human being, but in terms of morality, it shouldn't be judged as an evil creature either. People should treat the creature with dignity, respect, morally, equally, and righteously, rather than making it a symbol of victim of society. And our group think that we should behave towards the creature like every other human being. It might be different from us, but it is one of our society members. In terms of religion aspect, this creature can be identified as a new creature. In fact, it might look at the world with the same kind of innocence, but it also can be identified as a Satan, as it wages war against God and is mock his power.
According to the original Frankenstein novel by Mary Shelley, the creation of the Frankenstein monster is sort of vague. All we know is that Dr. Frankenstein took dead body parts, sewed them together, reanimated the body in some unspecified method, and then the monster magically came to life. So in order to discuss how the monster would actually be created today, we are going to use James Whale's 1931 world-famous film adaptation. The most iconic scene in the film is when Dr. Frankenstein uses a lightning bolt to bring the monster to life. Seems legit, right? Well, not really. You may be familiar with a defibrillator, the machine that's used to sort of help with cardiac arrest. If your heart stops, you use that, boom. These two things are similar, but they're not really exactly the same thing. A defibrillator only works within a short amount of time. According to the novel, Dr. Frankenstein took many years to actually build the monster. By this point, the body and the muscle parts and those types of things would have actually significantly decomposed. So what does it mean? It means that something more than a lightning bolt must have been needed. To put things in perspective, in the 1950s, a Soviet scientist by the name of Vladimir Demikov conducted an experiment in which he wanted to create a two-headed dog. He took a smaller dog, its forelegs and its head, and grafted those parts of the body onto the body of a larger dog. His experiment worked. The dog actually lived for a period of 4 days, the two-headed dog. But after 4 days, it unfortunately passed away. This was due to something called a transplant rejection. So the immune system in someone's body, there were still two of them in both of the separate dogs, so they recognized the other dog as a foreign substance and attacked them. Vladimir actually continued to do experiments about 24 or 25 times or so, but he was unfortunately never successful. From this real-life experiment, there was only one body part that was really transplanted, and that was the dog's head. But from the novel, Dr. Frankenstein took many different body parts from various corpses. So, if he could have found a preservation method, there still would have been the issue of the transplant rejection. So it's probably not likely that he actually could make a monster that could walk around and kill people and do those types of things. It was definitely a work of fiction in the novel's time. But what about today? Today is different. There's preservation methods, there's cloning, there's definitely been increases in technology to do with different transplant rejection issues. I guess we don't know. What was impossible then may be possible now. I guess time will only tell. With more time and an advancement in scientific knowledge, who knows what the future holds? This could actually be a legit possibility.
Certainly, Frankenstein is one of the best novels out there. But the idea of the monster, though, it might be very intriguing and stirring among cosmopolitan society. Well, it is undoubtedly that nowadays people should look at the similarity rather than disparity. And since we have grown used to living in a world of diversity where we respect our differences and where we share our commons. Well, let's take a look at the society where they live this creature. Well, from our moral attitude, although the concept might be totally against the religion aspect, we still believe that we should approve the very existence of this monster.
Now, looking on the scientific possibilities of having such a world, there are still many limitations. At this very moment, it is unlikely to put separate parts from different bodies to construct a new life. Well, things don't work out that simple. But in fact, transplanted tissues need compatibility and recognition, or else they would work against each other. Another key aspect is the shock of life, but high electrical power won't revive any old corpses. With our limited technology and discrepancy in the religious world, the poor monster won't get to see the world. But in the near future, the impossibility might become possible, and perhaps we can spawn such types of monster and develop them to advance our technology and medical knowledge. Just maybe, who knows,